I said, yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic. Got a new video for you today. Milwaukee Bucks trades, rumors, and news. Live edition. Before we get into it, you know the spiel. Comment, like, subscribe, and share this electrifying content with the people. I want to apologize briefly for my outburst yesterday, not getting into the intro. I was extremely frustrated with the Milwaukee Bucks the last live. I wanted to make sure I was calm this live. And shout out to the Bucks right now. What a game today. Did we not think this was over in the first quarter? What was it, like 24-4? It was something crazy for the Bucks to fight back like they did. And to close this game out on that type of run, we have to applaud the heart and determination of that team. This coaching staff gets no credit for this win. You gets nothing. You gets nothing. All I saw, it was some players playing as hard as they could, that were determined no matter what not to quit. I keep saying this, and we're saying this every live. This team has a lot of heart, a lot of grit. If we just had the right coaching staff, we could really maximize the talent on this team. We're a coach away from being like competitive, because we have players, they're just not being utilized correctly, and some players are being utilized too much. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Like, our team isn't whack. It's just we don't have anything to lean on. This game right here is a perfect example. There were moments in this game late down the stretch that we were taking bad shots, playing ISO, because we had nothing that we could do. We had nothing that we could run. There was no pet plays. There was nothing. So it was just the players creating. Thankfully, we have players that could create. Shout out to KPJ. This game, KPJ makes this team look completely different. I gotta keep it real with y'all. KPJ makes this team look completely different. He can facilitate. He'll take a bad shot every once in a while and do a little too much, but that's every player. But KPJ is a definite difference maker. What I would like to say is, Bucks Nation, we gotta talk about this real quick. KPJ is only signed, I believe, to a 1-year contract. I believe this is someone that we need to sign to a multi-year deal before the season ends. Because we already have Rollins signed, and the Rollins KPJ backcourt, that's a real thing. That's legitimate. That's a legitimate backcourt. And just like we were talking about in a few lives with B-Shack and Dr. Smith about with KPJ and Rollins on ball defense, it looks different. They're in the passing lanes, wreaking havoc. Like, it just looks different. It looks different. I really like what I'm seeing from KPJ, but like I said, I'm scared to get too attached if he's only got a 1-year contract. Y'all know what I'm saying? Tap you in a minute, sir. Just gonna get through these numbers and a couple comments. I'll tap you in, sir. Just give me a minute. So it's just hold on, let me tap everybody in real quick. The green room is lit right now, y'all. Just give me a second. The green room is lit. Hold on one second. Let me actually move this screen a little bit here so I can see it easier. All right, there we go. Hold on. There we go. All right. Give me a second, y'all. I just got to fix some technical thing right here. Just give me a second, y'all. All right. There we go. All right, now we good. All right. Let's get into these numbers real quick, y'all, and then I'm going to tap the panel in, and we're going to get right to it. All right. After a bad loss last game and an early injury to Giannis Antetokounmpo that they're calling a calf strain right now, I did want to talk about that, but I didn't want that to lead the show. Everybody do that, talking about Giannis. Giannis had a calf strain. There's no Achilles that I'm aware of. They said a calf strain. So we all knew he came back too soon trying to help the team. Shout out to him trying to come back to help the team, but he just got to sit. He just got to sit. In my opinion, Giannis needs to sit 2 weeks. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I think Giannis needs to sit 2 weeks. And within that time, let's let KPJ and Rollins cook, because they're definitely a thing. KPJ and Rollins is out there cooking. AJ Green hitting shots. We got a little something going. And isn't it crazy how much better Sims looks with a real point guard? No disrespect to Ryan Rollins. I know you was trying, but Sims looks like a valuable piece with KPJ out there, with a true facilitator. That's wild. That's wild. To beat one of the best teams in the East tonight, 113-109, after our horrendous start in the first half or the first quarter and losing Giannis 3 minutes into the game, this is super impressive. We really need to show some love for these dudes. Like, that is crazy, the amount of heart they showed today. Real talk. Bucks went in. Myles Turner, solid effort for Myles Turner. 9 points, 2 of 5, 1 of 4, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks. The 3 rebound thing, it's starting to get a little old. I just need a little bit more activity from Myles Turner on the boards. One of my MVPs tonight, Kevin Porter Jr., 34 minutes, 26 points, 8 of 18 from the field, 3 of 8, 7 of 7 from the free throw line, 8 assists. He did have a lot of turnovers. 7 turnovers is egregious, in my opinion. He definitely needs to cut down on the turnovers. The turnovers are crazy. Yeah, 7 is crazy, yo. 7 is crazy. Ryan Rollins had a solid game. Look, let's get to AJ. AJ Green played 40 minutes, 19 points, 6 of 12 from the field, 5 of 11 from 3, and he hit 2 big back-to-back threes to kind of get us in control of this game. So shout out to AJ Green. Doesn't that make you mad when he can just come in and do that, and we're not running plays for him to really get him looks when he's damn near 50%? I'm going to keep saying it until there's change because AJ Green is crazy from the three-point line. Shout out to him. And AJ Green only had 2 fouls today. Let's give him some credit. He played well. Salute the friends and family. Salute the Bucks Nation. Let's go ahead and hit that like button. You have joined the most electrifying Bucks podcast on YouTube. This is We Move the Needle over here. Please pay attention to the chat as well. We move the needle. That's 100% facts. Yeah, Ryan Rollins was in his bag today. Bobby Portis had 13 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. The numbers look good tonight for Bobby Portis. This is probably his best game of the season, and his defense was still trash. Period. I don't care what nobody say. Kyle Kuzma played 21 minutes. I thought he should have played more. Had 4 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Jericho Sims is my other MVP. Look at Jericho Sims had his best game of the season playing with KPJ, a true facilitator. I was talking about trading him. He looked way different with KPJ. I mean, 15 points, 14 rebounds. What are we talking about? And Gary Trent Jr. is I know the chat gonna say what they want to say. Panel gonna say what they want to say. Gary Trent Jr. is almost unplayable, and all the stats show it. Gary Trent Jr. is almost unplayable. Almost unplayable. His numbers are awful. He needs some DMPs. Real talk. He needs some DMPs. Let me put the link in the chat too, y'all. Hold on. It's a lot of action going on. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Salute to friends and family. Hey, what are we doing though with Gary Trent? Can y'all? I'm looking for some comments in the chat. Is it time to DMP, dude? Is it time to DMP Gary Trent? He's giving us nothing. Him and Bobby Portis have the worst plus minus on this team. Like the worst. Like they're awful for real. Like if I were to break, I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do it later, but I'm gonna break down the efficiency numbers of Bobby Portis and Gary Trent Jr. I'm gonna try to do it at the end of the live. It's crazy. Both of them are they're actually walking negatives. They're actually walking negatives, which is crazy. But shout out to the Bucks. Shot 49% from the field. Only 30% from 3. Not our best shooting night, but I am impressed with the 20 of 21 from the free throw line. 95% is impressive. 15 turnovers, still too much. 28 assists, right around that 30 mark I like to see. So we did what we needed to do. We did what we needed to do. Tobias Harris getting 20 points is crazy. I don't care. We let way too many lowlights score on us. And Isaiah Stewart and Bobby Portis getting into it was crazy too. Like, that was insane. Like, it was so much that happened in this game. Bobby Portis is just a menace. I just want him off of this team. I don't care what he did today. I want him off of this team. Tobias Harris getting 20 is crazy. The great defense on Cade Cunningham only holding him to 17 points. Asar Thompson only had 10. And you remember the Thompson boy was giving Ryan Rollins fits before, but today he was getting worked. Ryan Rollins, hey, he went in the lab, came back and got active. Shout out to Ryan Rollins. And then Jaden Ivey too. He's trash too, and he had 15 on it. We let a couple of nobodies get active on us. But we pretty much did what we needed to do and won this game. I'm very impressed with the mental toughness of the Milwaukee Bucks, with everything going on and how the air was sucked out of the building when Giannis went down. For them to survive all of that, man, very impressive. Very impressive. Hold on, I'm gonna get y'all in here in 1 second, y'all. I know it's stacked back there. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna make sure I get through these numbers, and then we up out of here. We gonna chop it up. Let me just get the team stats real quick because there's some impressive numbers in here. The Bucks actually had some offensive rebounds. We're never going to win the offensive rebounding battle, but for us to have some I'm happy about that low key. I'm actually low key happy about that. So 28 assists, 8 to 6 steals. All these numbers are relatively close besides the fast break points, which is good to see us double them up. So good win for the Bucks. To come back from 18 down and the win is impressive. Like I said, all we need is a coach. That's all we need is a coach. It's once we get a coach, we'll be able to do something. And I'm hoping Giannis sits down too for an extended amount of time because he don't need to rush back. You rush back, you could pop an Achilles. So we do got to keep that in consideration. All right, Dr. Smith got pass. All right, hold on 1 second. Y'all tapping in the panel. 1 second. Tap in Dr. Smith here. All right, there we go. At the top right, we got Dr. Smith. What's good, sir? Undisclosed location. Don't even ask. And the bottom left. At the bottom left, we got V-Shack. Hey, legend down there in South Florida. Salute, sir. And then we got Pass as return. The people was asking for Pass. Here we go. Here you go. Shout out to Jersey. Let me just get these 2 super chats real quick and let's talk about this Bucks win. Shout out to Dr. Smith for the 199 super chat. Salute. Hey, I'm just glad we were able to close it out, sir. Jay Stizzle, appreciate the $10 super chat. I think the Bucks need a heart-to-heart with Giannis on how the offense needs to flow with the rest of the team. The offense needs to run through the point guards. We see good things happen. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Hey, I support your comment. Let's start with Dr. Smith. We will go around the table real quick. Go ahead. It's on you, Dr. Smith.
So this is all emotion. This is all emotion. I don't care what tomorrow looks like. I'm cool with right now. I just want to live in this moment right now. You know what I'm saying? As a Packer fan, I woke up and found out that Marshawn Lloyd made it back to practice, that Jaden Reed made it back to practice, that
you said wait. You said Marshawn Lloyd?
Marshawn Lloyd was in practice today. Jaden Reed made it back to practice today.
Okay.
Right? And then I sit and I'm balancing that with the fact that Milwaukee just gave us the worst loss that I can remember in recent history. We start playing this game. Giannis goes out first 35 seconds, it seems like. So I was this close. I have not, this is a source of pride for me. I have not walked away from a game no matter how pissed off I was. I might have got noise complaints. I probably should have walked away from the game. I was this close to going back and catching up on Peaky Blinders. I was this close. I'm 2 seconds from being done. And have you ever seen AJ Green play vertical defense and it work? Have you ever seen Bobby Portis throw an alley-oop to somebody?
Yeah, that alley-oop for Bobby was crazy. That don't save him for me. That don't save him though. But yeah, that was crazy.
For me, and I could be ruthless sometimes. Y'all know it, right? And sometimes I walk away from the lives feeling bad about what I've said. I will say this. Just here, just right now, I'm cool with everybody on the team. That's the best that I've seen Jericho Sims play. I'm not saying give me 5 minutes. The euphoria will wear off. I'll be right back to my.
I didn't say nothing. I'm letting you cook. Go ahead.
But let me just live in this moment. I see No Straight is wilding once again. No Straight. Less time trolling, more time Ubering Jay his hairspray. It's because you got him that we even know that he had that problem, right? Get to work. You know what your job is. Get busy. If you get there in 15 minutes, he'll tip better. Look, it's right here, right now. It feels good. It feels good.
Right.
I would love to have a conversation with Giannis, and what I would have to say to him would probably need to stay behind closed doors. That's up to you, bro. I'm tired of the coach having to answer questions. And I've never said that on this live. Commit, do something, brother. You know what I mean? Say something, do something, and then it is what it is. You know what I mean? You're the greatest Milwaukee Buck ever, but right here, right now, I'm loving what that team just did, and it's just like the story of the Buck season. It's the worst loss that we've ever had, well, that we've had in years, to Washington, where I'm ready to fire everyone, Giannis included. I was ready to fire everyone, and then you go and beat the best team in the Eastern Conference, and they weren't missing anyone. Their bloggers will say, yeah, they let it. It was a letdown and whatever, and we know how.
Well, and
that
they
feels.
did
We
lose
know all
Stewart,
about
but that was his own doing. The Stewart and Bobby Porter situation.
That was
Stewart,
the funniest situation I've ever seen, man. Why
Yeah.
did he do that? Why did he show his fist like this?
Yeah, he's so. He's so. He's like the corny dude who does continue to knock people out, right? So everyone's scared to call him corny or whatever, but he's corny. But look, that's from the worst loss to one of the best wins, one of the grindiest wins, and they figured stuff out. I don't know that I trust this coaching staff or the players to stay focused on what was working, but for this brief moment in time, they figured Jericho Sims out. They figured out how to mobilize him.
I don't want to say they. I want to say KPJ. I'm not gonna say. I'm not giving this coaching staff no credit. No, KPJ is.
I'll say KPJ. I'll agree.
Yeah, KPJ was making a lot of people look better than what they were. Unless you were truly look at Bobby Porter's. Bobby Porter's looked playable with KPJ as he was. I still don't want him on his team. Then please. If you know Bobby Portis' efficiency numbers on this team, you would vomit. He is literally a walking negative on this team. We are minus 5 points in the game per 100 possessions with Bobby Portis on the court. That's a fact.
To Jeff Riley's point, yes, the Pistons were without Duncan Robinson. You know I don't at all care about that. To Duncan Robinson, but yeah, definitely. But that's all I would say. And the last thing, because again, I don't want to dribble the air out of the board, and I do have to go here pretty soon. Myles Turner. If you want to check out early in games, you saw Giannis wasn't in there, and then you mentally check out. It's to the point where we got that comeback with you almost entirely on the bench with all that money that you're getting paid. Then when Bobby goes, you can go. When Bobby goes, you can go. That was your opportunity to step in and be a leader, and you on the court. You weren't on the court. You checked out with Giannis. When Giannis checked out with injury, you mentally checked out. If that's how you're going to be, then when Bobby goes, you can go. And you can stay going. And that's all I have to say about that. You're either going to play basketball or you're not, bro. But it's a good day. It's a good energy. It may only last for the next 20 seconds before we find out what's wrong with Giannis. Again, what are we, 10 and 13?
Right.
25 games, and he's been injured, 3 different injuries before 25 games. You got it.
Hold on one second. Let me just get these super chats real quick, then we're going to go to B-Shack. All right, Eliza said, appreciate $2 super chat, Eliza. Doc coached like his job was on the line tonight. I see why you would say that, but I just don't agree with that.
I'm still that was not coaching.
That was creating by the players.
This was
Eliza.
all Will. Hey, we saw that tweet from Shams. We are going to play like our life depends on it. That's what this game was. It had nothing to do with the coaching.
No, I agree with that.
The only thing that got me good. Finish up.
Hold on a second. What up, James? Appreciate the $5 super chat. Best takeaway: if we did end up losing Giannis, I can legit see us building a solid squad around KPJ as a team captain. Facts. Bro. But we can't get too hype yet on KPJ.
Let's relax.
Yeah, first we only got him for 1 year. He's on 1 year contract, and I see him as a 20-point a game scorer easily now. I see it now. I get it. So it's going to be interesting to see how things play out. B-Shaq, go ahead and cook. I see you got the apron on. Go ahead.
Listen. Welcome to the party, y'all. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the KPJ party. I've been said it. I saw the guys' game last year. I don't need to see anymore. I know what good players look like. I went back also to watch the highlights of him being the youngest NBA player to ever score 50 in a game. You know who was against?
Drew Holiday, yeah.
Drew Holiday.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
Bucks. This kid got game, and we are very fortunate to have him. Worst loss of the season, followed by the best win. That's the Bucks. That's the dichotomy of the Bucks.
Right.
And this win
Great
could not
compliment,
have
man.
come better at a better time. With what the sports world's on fire with right now, this was a real step up game tonight. And bottom line, KPJ changes his team, man.
Right.
Listen, I'm not gonna temper my comments. I ain't gonna be all this dude changes the team. And the reason why he changes the team, he is one of the most unique basketball players I have ever seen. And I'll tell you why. The guy has blow by speed, but doesn't always play at a fast pace. He plays at a herky jerky. He knows how to slow down the pace. He
That's
knows
true.
when to speed it up. He spins at times when you ain't supposed to spin. He's he's just different, man. But he has got an innate sense how to play basketball.
Basketball.
This dude is just a baller. He
He could
can
really dance with that
manufacture
ball.
Yeah.
something out of nothing.
I
Out
agree.
of nothing. The turnovers, I'm not worried about the turnovers because dude's only been back for the third game.
I
Okay.
understand. Yeah.
He's gotta make something happen. Yeah, every once in a
Oh,
while
you got him
he'll
out?
get
Okay.
Yeah. I don't mean I will come
okay.
back and listen to it. I definitely want to hear y'all.
Uh,
But I gotta
appreciate
bounce.
you.
I gotta
All
go.
right, appreciate
Yeah.
you tapping in. Hey,
Yes,
salute
sir,
to
Mr.
Dr.
Smith.
Smith. Get the
Dr.
likes up
Smith.
for Dr. Smith. Yeah, what's wrong with y'all? Well, let's go.
So
All right. All right, Dr. Smith. All right, let me move these
so
screens around real quick. Hold on before y'all get going
yeah.
here. Give me a second here. Move this around. Hey, James, I lost you in the lobby too. Go ahead, B. Shit, then we can go to
So,
Pat.
he's got this basket. He can make something out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And so he is a scorer. He is a scorer. He scored 30 points the last game,
Mm-hmm.
26 tonight. He's pretty efficient. Here's what I love. Him and Rollins figured out how to coexist tonight. Now that right there is like it won't be the headline, but that's probably the most important factor that came out of this game. That Rollins and
Yeah.
KPJ, first of all, they were chatting up on the bench. They were working together. I saw KPJ making a point of trying to get Rollins going
Going.
tonight as
Yep.
well. If you have both of these guys scoring over 20 points, you're always gonna have a chance to win, man, because they're both defensive minded players. They both are demons in the passing lanes.
Agreed. On ball
And
defenders is what we were asking for, B Shack.
yeah. But they're different. KPJ is the playmaker. He's the one that gets everybody a setup. Not only does KPJ make the whole team better, let's talk about two people who he makes better. Let's talk about AJ Green. He was finding AJ Green like in spots where AJ Green, you wouldn't think AJ Green was open.
Mm-hmm.
That cross court pass where he must have saw backs turned. He saw something that everybody else didn't see. Green was wide open. Um, so I think he makes AJ Green more
Mm-hmm.
effective. And let's give it up for Jericho Sims.
Yes.
Listen. I'm gonna say something in love to the entire chat and to all of us that are on here tonight. We got to be careful about when we get upset, like calling NBA players trash and bums. All these guys are NBA players, and it takes the right combination of people on the court to bring the best out of another player. It's about combinations, it's about strategy, it's about schemes. And KPJ knows how to throw lob passes. He knows how to create space. On those pick and rolls, he knows how not to go too fast to give it time to marinate, to actually manifest itself.
Right.
And KPJ found a player on our team that was looking like people like all he does is jump. That's all he does. He got no offensive skill. Yes, he has a skill. He has the ability to jump over everybody, grab the ball, and dunk it from any position as long as the person throws the pass in the right place.
Right.
He was grabbing rebounds in traffic. You can see the more he scored, the more he was actually getting into the full game.
Confident.
His enthusiasm, his ability to move his feet, man. He's one of the best, I think, switchable
players,
switching centers in the league. So while he's limited offensively, a good point guard, a very good point guard is going to be able to pull this type of game out of him. And you can't scheme for this because it's all reaction.
Correct. Like he's like our Clint Capella to an extent. He could be something like that. Just a defender, rebounder, catch lobs.
He's been great.
Exactly. So we got to find a way. I think at this point, listen. I said last time we were on, I said a comment that was kind of a throwaway comment. I know everybody caught it. Go back and watch it. I said there's a couple of ways a person can check out on a team. I was talking about Giannis. And I had the feeling watching him that something had cracked. That's me personally. No, maybe no one else saw it. I kind of saw, okay, the body language ain't good. And all I can say is, regardless of if a deal is done or if they try to facilitate something, or Giannis forces away, what the Bucks have to do right now, even with Giannis on the team, they got to start looking toward the future.
Yeah.
And they've got to say, we need to start building this offense around the guys, hopefully that won't be part of any deal that will be here. Because you have, like I said, I said this the other day, and then I think on yesterday, I said maybe I overstated it. I said I believe Rollins and KPJ were top 3 backcourt in the NBA. And then yesterday I was like, maybe I should have said top 5. Regardless, they are definitely top 5. When they're at their best. So again, this is against the best team right now in the East. The best team. We didn't only fight that, but we
overcame. I mean, we were down 18 in the first few minutes of the game.
Yeah, I won't even say it was great execution. We just didn't shoot ourselves in the foot at the end. And that's what you got to do. If you can minimize your mistakes, if you got a decently talented team, you give yourself a chance to win. So I think it was a great win. And I just think right now, at first, I saw in the chat, someone said, "Man, did Giannis go down on purpose?"
Let's
anyone else saw that? They thought Giannis was like, yo.
I've been seeing it all over Twitter. I already know about it.
Giannis is
every single fan base who wants Giannis is like, oh, he did that on
purpose. Bro, we were down 22. Giannis said, I don't want nothing to be a part of this no more.
Well, you know something, while it's kind of a funny take, I absolutely don't think that's the case. And if he did, he should be embarrassed by it now if he did. But I doubt if he. But what's concerning is it's a calf injury in the other calf now.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, the groin situation that shouldn't really
It doesn't
impact
affect
it.
the area. No, it could if it's like stretched out improperly, it can cause problems. But he's also had issues with his leg before. It's most likely related to his meniscus that he's also had in that same leg when he had the knee surgery repair.
Yeah,
That's
but
what it's mainly used. That's probably what is the main reason why you'd have this issue.
well, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna pause it after this. This is something the Bucks really have to take a look at, because I know you want to hold on to Giannis, but now you want to hold on to a player that's getting injured a whole lot more now, whose body is possibly starting to break down because he's a high usage player, and he is, I would say, definitely athletically, because he said it himself. He's past his peak. He's trying to compensate for adding more skills to his game. So I think the Bucks need to be really, really smart. You don't want to hang over the franchise a player that's putting every sign out there that I don't want to be here. And I think the whole social media thing, I think that's a real disrespect to the Bucks. That's disrespectful. So we'll maybe talk about that another day. But great win, and I'm excited, man. It's just, and remember, KPJ went out last game with the back spasms.
Right, and came back hooping like this. I'm very
Well,
impressed with what I saw.
I'll
I
be
was
honest.
surprised at
Even
the
without KPJ,
minutes, the prolonged minutes
Yeah, he
that Doc
played.
was letting him play.
He 35 minutes.
this is the one good thing Doc did today is he played 8 players. He cut this rotation where I expect him to be. I don't know if this includes Giannis or not, but he played the right players today. I will give him credit over there.
Because he's getting nervous.
He should have been fired
saw
last year. Let's be real, he should have been fired last year.
Yeah.
He's getting lucky that he's still here.
Let's be real. What are we? You know what? Forget all that. What is Gary Trent Jr. out here doing? Let's talk about Gary Trent Jr. Dude, he needs to be benched. He's giving us absolutely nothing.
I think I know what's going on with him.
Dude, what?
Remember last year, before he came to us, he also did this with the Raptors because he wanted to get money. As soon as he gets his contract situation done, players will play bad. And as soon as they get their contracts, they will start playing better. As that contract comes in, I'm gonna be asked right now. It's not a player option year. Give him
some players that
this
be
man
like
is
that.
on a 1-year contract. Get him out of here, man. Like, this is too many games now. We almost at 25 games. He's had like 2 good games. I'm not trying to hear none of that, bro. He is struggling. Package him. Bobby, let's get something. Because in my opinion now, when we got a point guard now, Jericho Sims is serviceable. Bobby hurts us way too much, bro. If you look at Bobby's efficiency numbers, they are staggering. They are really, really bad. He is literally a walking negative. Every time he comes on the court, everything is bad. Everything goes bad. And the stats show it. Him and Gary Trent Jr. are the least efficient players on this entire roster. They're literally negatives.
That's really crazy to say when how bad Kuz was, especially last year. That Kuz is, I'd rather have Kuz over you guys.
Now, let me put this here. Like I said earlier, with Kuzma on the floor, the defense gives up 5 less points per 100 possessions. We also there was some other type of defensive stat where as far as with switching and defensive efficiency, where Kuzma is way more, but his numbers are way better than Gary Trent, way better than Bobby Portis as well defensively. So Kuzma's plus minuses is better than Gary Trent and better than Bobby Portis, and our defense is better when Kyle Kuzma is on the floor without Bobby.
Gary Trent is still by far the worst when it comes to plus minus. I think
he's
always
bottom.
been negative.
Yeah,
literally anytime anyone plays with Giannis, everyone else is positive except for him.
Yeah, 100%.
There's a game I think he played like 4 minutes. He was still somehow -6.
I mean, think about that. You have players on your team that you're giving 20 minutes to that are walking negatives.
You gotta keep in mind, we only have 4, maybe 5 good players on this team. 5 is tricky because Myles so far has been mid this year. I think it's more so with Myles. It's very much coaching because this is not the same Myles from last year, the Pacers Myles. This is not the same, and that has to do with coaching. But when Giannis was out, especially against that Miami game, that's what I expect from Myles, and how we should use him.
Right.
Yeah.
I stopped making him a 3-point shooter the whole time. What's all he's doing? Just shooting threes.
Yeah, Amara, I would just say when it comes to comes to Gary Trent. You gotta, I think personally, you gotta balance a little bit what you've been saying about Doc Rivers, because players like that, he's not doing anything to really facilitate getting them open. And I just think Gary Trent, he's paying offer right now. I do remember last year when he got really, really, really hot. I know you can't ride on that forever, but I personally think he's a player that you don't just put out a rotation, but every once in a while, like they said, you put him in for a couple of minutes just to see if he got it that night. If he doesn't have it that night, you yank him.
That's cool, but that's not happening.
He's a streaky player.
No, I agree with you, but that's not happening.
Yeah.
He's been struggling for months, and he doesn't get yanked. He still gets his minutes. That's the problem. Those minutes should be dispersed through to other players.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah, that's my only problem. Go ahead, Pass. Okay, and then we'll go to James.
Well, basketball's a funny sport. Being a sports fan is something else, man. The amount of emotions you go through in one day.
One day.
This is one day. I see the Shams tweet. I see the nonsense stuff about that Wendy's talks about. I know for a fact the Wendy's stuff was nonsense. When I saw the Shams one, I'm like, okay, this might be a little bit real.
Right.
And it also takes inside because like the Wizards game, Giannis looked like he checked out during the second half. Like, even though he was playing like he did not want to be there. Then he gets injured like 3 minutes into the game, and you somehow win this game against the best team in the East.
Says a lot.
I don't understand this team. What am I watching sometimes?
They fight every game.
You lose to the worst team in the league, and then beat the best team in the East. I don't understand what you do. Sometimes you look like a real threat. Like you could be a real threat in the East, and the next time you look like you might not even make the play-in. I don't know what I'm watching at the time.
The Bucks are a walking enigma. That's just what we are. We're a walking enigma. But we do have to figure out the Giannis problem. We do need to figure out the Doc problem in order for this team to kind of move forward. We got to figure that out.
But just realize, it would have been 3 in a row, I believe, if KPJ didn't get hurt last game. It would have been 3 wins in a row.
To be honest with you, I don't think you need KPJ at all to beat the Wizards, though. You shouldn't need him.
Yeah, but obviously this team does. Obviously this team
does. They did it. They beat them without him the first game. He was there for half the game. They've done it before. They could do it again. They literally got sunned by Chris again because Giannis is, I don't know why he was doing this mano thing against him. I understand he's been your best friend for like 10 years. I understand that. But at a certain point, why are you doing these dumb plays of trying to play like you want to prove something to him? And CJ McCollum. When have you ever seen CJ McCollum do anything good? Since like 2018. This is like, let's be real. There's no one else on that team is good. You let what's his name, Marvin Bagley, have like a career night.
I can't let you do a number 2 on CJ McCollum because within the last 7 days he had 46 points too.
Okay,
but
that's what I'm saying. We have to stop dogging NBA players. These guys are the most skilled players in the world. Y'all call them like they're bums and trash. They're not. They're situational.
Even then, that has all to do with effort and defense and how you're playing. Especially the stuff with Marvin Bagley. How many open dunks did he get the whole game? Just so many offensive rebounds. Because no one boxed him out once. They were easy points.
All right.
Literally the next game, they lose by like 20 points against the Wizards. I mean, against Philly. Against Philly, you know what I mean. Like, let's be real. Like,
this team is just an enigma, bro. That we're just an enigma. I don't even know what to say.
This one thing, the 2-3 zone can only work against certain teams. It works well against the Pistons because the Pistons cannot shoot. That's the only reason why it works. You can ride that for a whole quarter and the whole 2-3 quarters. It will not work against teams that can actually shoot. Like, this works for this game. If you go against the Pistons, you can ride on it, but you should not. You should know how to play other defense other than just one type style.
That's fair.
Especially when you have good defenders on the team. I don't know why you're doing this with when you have all your good defenders out there. You got Rollins outside, and you're still playing 2-3 zone. What for?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Let's
talk about the man of the hour though, Jericho Sims. To me, he was the best player of the game. He was the player of the game today. I understand KPJ and Rollins are great.
I agree.
But what I saw from him, I saw emotion from him today. I've never seen him. He had emotion today.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. I think a lot was on the line for a lot of players today. Personally,
players, they know. They look at the internet. They look at Twitter. They see those trade talks. They see a lot of them were in trade talks too.
Yeah, true.
You notice a lot of these players before that Giannis stuff came out, a lot of them were on the injury report. They're all like, maybe they might not play. Bobby all of a sudden got some eye abrasion thing. As soon as that report comes out, an hour later, Bobby's probable. Gary Harris is probable. Gary Harris didn't play at all, which I'd honestly rather have Gary Harris over Gary Trent right now.
That's not even close.
To say that when I said not even the first 2 weeks into the season, I said he's just a player.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's
keep telling y'all.
It's tricky because this is also regular season.
Mm-hmm.
It's right before All-Star break. We'll see.
I'm just impressed. I just think we should be in a better mood. Knowing the one thing that this team has, that I just want to say that we get to you too, James, here real quick, is that this team has some heart. We have some players. We got some fight. We got some grit. We're just missing someone to kind of get focused on this team and give them direction. That's why we go in with Doc. On Doc.
You know,
they don't have no direction, man.
You know, something I've seen that's an interesting stat. I wouldn't actually. At first, I was really hesitant to try to get him, but right now, it may actually be worth it. The Dylan Brooks stat, and that is, team's effort goes up by a lot.
What you mean?
He's on there. So a stat I saw last year, I think the Suns were one of the worst offensive rebounding teams last year. Same with, and now they're 10th. Yes, they did get bigger players and everything, but it also factors in. So another thing with when he left from Houston, they have been worse when it comes to that effort and getting those hustle plays. As soon as he left, those hustle plays, things that we don't have as much. We have players who do it, but they're not consistent.
But who would you give up for Dylan Brooks though?
Who would I give up? Very easily trade Trent. That's for sure. If I had to give up Bobby, I'll give up Bobby.
Bobby too. Yep.
If we had to give a Kuz, it maybe. I'm not saying we should do this.
Okay.
But I'm just saying this is an interesting thing. Because the thing is, what brought this year is that you're in a tricky place. Because with Giannis's thing, this is a good year to tank. Because of how generational this draft is.
But we don't have any picks.
We have one pick. We have a pick swap. And the fact that we got lucky because the Pelicans are cursed and they have been bad for the whole time. Every single pick we traded them, they didn't matter. This one also doesn't matter. They're idiots and they traded theirs to the Hawks. So even if as long as we're better than the Pelicans by lottery standards, we'll still get a pick. There's a good chance you could be top 5.
Wow. Okay.
So it's not you have a pick. Now, ideally, you would like to have both those picks so you can have 2 good chances of getting a top 3 pick. And even if you don't get top 3, even if you don't get both top 3, the players from 4 to 10 are also pretty decent. They're really good role players, high level role players. So you can get something starting. Now, this is only if you trade Giannis. And if I were to trade Giannis, I'm only trading him to the Hawks. I'm not trading him anywhere else.
Okay.
No one else had. I don't want to hear about this nonsense stuff with the Knicks. I'm not taking Cat.
I don't want anybody on the Knicks roster. I said that in the chat. I don't want anybody on the Knicks roster. I'm being real.
The thing that matters the most for us, if you are going to do a thing with Giannis, it is getting picks because you have nothing. That does mean though getting rid of this front office though. I do want Horace out here because you can't have Horace drafting. I don't trust him enough to do that. Even with top picks, I don't trust him with it. This is just. I'm not saying we're going to do this. I'm saying if you take this option,
right.
Listen, I just real quick.
And then we're gonna go to James. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, my nephew. I spent Thanksgiving in OKC, and my nephew texted me about 40 minutes ago and said he's hearing in OKC that Sam Presti is interested in,
I told y'all.
It's fake.
Even if it's fake, let's say this though. Doing the math, they have the most picks. They got like 15, like some stupid number of first round
picks.
Picks. And they have extra talent. If they wanted to extend their run, they have the most to offer. Period.
I mean, it's hard for them to say because the problem with them is that look, you are what 21-1.
Mm-hmm.
You were on a generational. You are on the chance to like beat the record. I'm not changing anything, and you have a very clear chance to the finals again. You're by far favorites since like 2017 Warriors. No one really stands a chance.
That makes sense, but great throughout the years, even going back to some of the great Laker teams, great GMs don't usually sit on their laurels because they know other teams are constantly adjusting to them.
No, I know.
And reason why Giannis is a safe bet for OKC is because
none of the young players are going away. Yeah, you don't have to trade any young players.
OKC is big on character. And they know Giannis is not a risk for messing with that team's locker room as far as the characters of the team. So I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying that I don't think there's any team in the NBA has more draft picks.
No one really comes close. There's 4 teams you could really consider that has good draft picks that could actually realistically throw a lot at us, and that's OKC, Spurs. Giannis and Wemby
Spurs is another. Yeah, Spurs are another team.
The problem with the Spurs is they haven't been there yet, so they may try it because they haven't been. They haven't even. I don't. Have they been? They haven't been to the playoffs yet, right? During Wemby's era.
No, not yet.
Yeah, so they may try it, but then what's the point of doing the Fox trade beforehand? What's all that? That's a different story.
But you gotta remember, their teams might make a move. OKC does not want the Spurs to get Giannis.
Yes, they don't. Also,
that'd be crazy.
We don't need this many superstars in the East. Who's gonna be the best player in the East then? Is it like there is no to really like who's the best player in the East then? Is it Brunson?
Man, get him out of here, man. No.
Well, Tatum's injured. What do you want me to say? Who else is good?
Jaylen Brown is better than Brunson.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there, man.
Yeah, I'm just being real.
We're not letting the man who has a fake hairline say he's better. All right.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it real. But hold on, let's get to James. James, been patient. Go ahead, James. It's on you, bro.
No, it's good. These last couple of weeks we've been on Doc's head about coaching, and we keep talking about IQ and how Doc is still coaching on an 08 run, right? He's got this pedigree of this great run back in the day when there was so much IQ on the floor. He didn't really even need to. I mean, there's probably about half the coaches in the league could have won with that crew on the floor in 08, right? So something really unique, and I know it's early, in the season, but I see a whole different dynamic with KPJ on the floor as the leader, as the ball going through him. Somebody mentioned it earlier, right? There's something magical that happens chemistry-wise, that happens synergy-wise when you have a guy like KPJ. You got the guard bringing the ball up, the ball's going through him, and he's a high IQ player. He's got, whether it's it's stuff that they go over in training or not, which I'm probably guessing not. KPJ is smart, bro. He can see the play unfolding. He knows where people need to be. And when you have a guy like that, again, regardless of what Doc and the coaching staff is doing, when you have a general on the floor that has a Rolodex of plays in his head and knows where everybody is and basically doing what the coaching staff should be doing, which is how to utilize the players on the floor, right? Well, the coaching staff legit sucks at putting the players in the best position to maximize their true potential, but KPJ can do it for them on the floor, right?
That's
I'm not saying we don't need good
No,
we don't need good
but
coaching.
that's what we were saying earlier. KPJ is the floor general. He's the maestro. It's not the coaching. And even like I saw Dre West say, when they lose, it's the coaching. When they win, it's the players. I've never given the coaches credit in any wins because when you're watching the game, what do you see? How do you see it? What interactions are you seeing to let you know that they're being coached? What plays are being really run that not no AAU or warning plays? I'm talking about actual NBA plays and sets are being run. When we had the lull in the fourth quarter taking bad shots, it's because we had nothing to fall on. They had nothing to get into. That is why we go in on the coaching. I give these players credit because no matter what's happening on the floor, they always fight. That's why I give them credit. They don't never quit. They could have phoned it in when Giannis got hurt and nobody would have been upset. Nobody would have been upset. They were down 18. They fought back. They had to fight back with Bobby getting too many minutes when it should have been Jericho Sims should have been in there or Kuzma. They had to fight through all those poor decisions and rotations. They fought through it. KPJ made it work. He made Bobby look okay offensively.
Mm-hmm.
He made him look okay. I'm just saying the credit in this win to me 100% goes to KPJ. 0% goes to coaching. I don't care what nobody says.
Every time Bobby had the, and almost every time Bobby got the ball up top, KPJ was like, "Give it back."
See,
that's what I'm talking about.
What pisses me off the most about, especially with Bobby, because Bobby is very offensive. He does not look where he's doing. He only looks at the basket and nothing else.
Yeah, exactly.
There was that one play. I think it was using it was on the right side corner, and AJ Green was wide open. I think AJ hasn't missed it. Anytime AJ's open, always give him the ball. He's 9 times out of 10 gonna make it. I'm pretty sure I heard KPJ on the other side. Yo, pass the ball to AJ. Pass the ball to AJ. I'm gonna shoot it.
I just want him off this team, period. I don't care. I'm just saying KPJ can even make somebody like that, a walking negative, look better. That's all I'm saying.
That's what good point guards do, though. You need a good point guard to do that. I'm sure, like, KPJ can do that. I think Rollins can do it at times. It's hard. Rollins is hard because his game, Rollins is difficult because, like, playmaking-wise, I think KPJ is better. But Rollins defensively is much better, is the difference.
The good thing about Rollins is that when he's playing with KPJ, this is my hope, because Rollins is young, he's inexperienced, he doesn't have the IQ, although I see there's a thinking man in there, right? You can tell he's in there.
It's not IQ, I would say. I think it's just more so like the rest just don't give him everything as much.
No doubt, but there's still, with experience, playing with someone like KPJ, when both those cats are on the floor, if they can put some time in together, that IQ is going to spill off from KPJ and into Rollins. He's going to learn, bringing the ball up, keeping an eye on where the other players are. I just think, it's funny because you guys were talking about how crazy of a roller coaster of emotions in the past 24 hours, right? How fast things turn to the point where, we spoke at the gym today, bro, about man, dude. I'm so glad the Packers are playing good. We're
we needed something to hang
and
our
now
ass on.
And then the first couple minutes of this game, I'm like, man, dude, I'm kind of paying attention, but it's on. I don't want to completely bail. Now it don't take much for a true fan to have just a ray of hope. And now we're talking about, man, what if we're trying to piece moves together? And, I look at the standings, I'm like, okay, we're right there. The last,
the East is very close.
It doesn't take much. And, one piece. Now
We do need a piece. Let's not
It's
let's
more
not
than
kid
one.
ourselves.
I
Piece.
think
Yeah,
it's
we
more than
need
one
some
piece.
pieces.
No.
But yes.
I was saying when I meant one piece, what I'm saying is really starting to feel what KPJ can do. Again, you know, he's only been back a couple games.
Smiling inside.
wait till he gets his bearings. He's only been back a couple games.
But
James, let me say this.
But hold on 1 second, B-Shaq. I got to give your flowers real quick. Hold on, just give me a second to give B-Shaq his flowers. Just 1 second. All right. I want to just say this because B-Shaq was on an island with very few people about KPJ. There were a lot of people that didn't want KPJ starting to bring him off the bench. There was a lot of different comments going on, and I got to give B-Shaq credit for standing 10 toes down. Said, I'm from New York. I play basketball. I can't remember it all verbatim, but he was like, I play basketball. I know what a point guard looked like. I play basketball in New York.
Okay.
Amari, you must be, Amara, you must be reading my mind. You got me, because this is what I was about to say. I remember all the people, I'm not going to name call, all the folks making slick remarks about KPJ. Slick remarks. And all y'all know who you are because you were holding his past against him.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really dig deep down into that case, it may not be everything you thought it was. That's one thing. The other thing is, just because someone has a few off the court things, don't mean they're not a smart person or a smart player. And I'm gonna come back to what something the past said. I'm gonna be very clear. You talked about Rollins. KPJ's a little bit better playmaker than Rollins, and Rollins is a lot better on defense.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's slick because the gap between Rollins and KPJ's playmaking is a lot wider than their defense, and I'll explain why. There's no comparison playmaking.
I agree.
There isn't. No. There's no comparison. Rollins is still learning how to play that part of the game. Yet KPJ was given the keys to the Rockets franchise before the situation happened. He was given the keys. So, and as far as defense, here's the difference on defense. I think Rollins is better, specifically, better on ball, and KPJ is better in the passing lanes. Together, they're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Together, they're awesome. I don't like this pitting against. Together, they're awesome because they both bring something defensively.
I don't want to compare like Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars balanced each other
exactly.
out. I'm not saying there's that. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying is with the analogy.
Exactly. Because on defense, you don't know if I'm on offense, I don't know where KPJ is at. He could be right underneath me. I never know it. Rollins with those long arms is like a beast to bring the ball up against. So they both bring a lot to the table. And so, but I just still think people have certain feelings about KPJ,
and they can't.
And I don't like it. I don't like for it to spill out on the court like that.
Right.
Because if you just look at him as a ball player, yo, the kid,
he's the goods.
Kid got the goods, man.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. I'm liking what I'm seeing with that backcourt. I like that Ryan Rollins is already signed to a 4-year contract, so that's good. And
that 360 deal, man, I love it to this day.
What?
I love that 360 deal so much.
Oh, you gotta go? Okay. All right. Hey, hold on. Salute. Hey, salute to the KPJ.
Hey, you're not on the KPJ. Supporter. You ain't on the KPJ island by yourself no more, dog.
All right, James, me and you, baby.
I'll say this. I'll give you something. I'm moving closer. Right.
My man,
I have located closer. I'm not there yet fully, but I'm moving closer.
You're moving closer?
I'm moving closer.
Salute to the living legend, Mr. Cool.
My house is located to the next city over. I'm still coming. I'm still like a couple miles, 100 miles away. I'm closer. I'm about to head out too. I got like 2 things I want to say real quick before I head out.
Okay, go ahead.
So I do have an update on Giannis. They did do an MRI. They did say, now take this part I will take a grain of salt because this is Doc saying it, and he says he thinks, and you know how Doc is because he's going to say, "Oh, I'm not a real doctor," nonsense stuff. He says there doesn't look like there's a Achilles issue, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, money. You got a cage match between Bobby and Beef Stew. Who you got?
I'll go with Beef Stew. Mm-hmm. All right, let me move this screens around. Give me 1 second, y'all. Jesus. Shout out to Pass, the return. Hey, the people missed you, Pass. Hold on, let me get these screens together. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Salute. Before we get started, we got the living legend to the left, Mr. Cool. What's good? The floor is yours, sir. Then we go to James. What's good, Mr. Cool?
Man, what a great game today. Our backcourt, those two guys together are just incredible because they play both sides of the ball and they complement each other. Mm-hmm. They make our team just go, and especially KPJ. I'm not sure B said who you're talking about, but I've been on ride with the KPJ since the second they signed him.
I will give you that. It's a couple of people. Like you're one of those people. There's a couple of people in there. Maybe Trent was on there too. Okay.
Yeah, and I've said from day one after watching this guy play, he is one of the top 10 guards skill-wise in the NBA. You just look at pure skills. He's one of the top 10 in the entire NBA right now, today. He does the whole package, and he proves it every time he plays. He gets so much separation off the dribble that he creates space all the time for himself. And that's why he can see the floor so well, because he's getting people up off of him, off the dribble, because he's so herky-jerky and quick off his first step.
Right. He's awkward. He's very awkward. Salute, B-Shaq. He's just very awkward. Like you said, the herky-jerky is just, you can't really, it's hard to defend him. You never know what's coming.
One of the reasons why he makes Sims effective is because the bigs have to come up. Because he breaks the defense down so quickly. So they have to come up help. Now Sims has got plenty of space now, and then of course he already anticipates that, Porter, so he knows to kick that ball out there for the dunks. So he pulls that defense up, and that's why it's just great for Sims. He will always be effective because Porter can break the defense down off that dribble, man. Man, he is something else.
That's what so he's quick. A maestro out there. He was there just directing traffic. He was getting people together. Wasn't nobody in no bench call or write nothing on no clipboard. That was, hey, you stop. Hey, give me the ball. Hey, you go here. Hey, this, and that. He was doing like a I'm not calling him no Chris Paul, but something like what Chris Paul would do, getting everybody organized. Everybody knew their role. When have we ever seen Sims, since he's been a Buck, play like he did today? When? When?
Well, like, remember, Rondo was said to have ignored Doc's plays when he played back in Boston when they won that championship. He was calling plays himself on the floor. He got the guys together, just like I saw Porter doing today. He's kind of letting guys know what to do. I'm going to get you the ball. He's running the team from the floor himself. Our coaches are just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Tonight was a disaster again by them, but Porter and Rollins and the help from the other guys, they pulled this out themselves. This was a team win by the players. Absolutely nothing to do with the coaching staff. I saw a play when the assistant coach was talking to Rollins and another other player, it might have been AJ Green. And one of the players from the Pistons was standing in the huddle. The assistant coach didn't even say anything. I watched it. I was like, what? Are you crazy? Tell that guy to get out your huddle. And one of the players was standing right there.
Right. Crazy.
Who would allow that to happen? You know, a lot of times players do that as a joke. They kind of try to stick their head in. And he just let it go on. He stayed talking. The player from the Pistons stood right there the whole time. I was like, wow, really? Are you this disconnected as a coach? Not to tell that player to get the hell out of here? And by the way, I know we've been on Bobby Portis, but today his emotion but that getting back at Stewart was good because you can't let Stewart punk you.
Right.
Okay, no, we ain't having that. Because they already smacked Porter in the head and got away with that. That should have been a flagrant foul. So when these teams start getting physical, I do like when Bobby will stand up. I'm okay with that. That's different than just initiating it on his own and getting teased, stupid teased.
True.
But you can't let teams punk you. You just cannot.
No, I agree.
They will. And
100%.
Stewart's that kind of guy that'll do that. So,
100%. So like, are you concerned, or do you think KPJ is somebody we need to sign now, or do we need to wait till the end of the season?
We better sign him as soon as possible. Soon as possible. You were right about that. And what else you said, Amara, you were right about was down the stretch how the players didn't have no sets to run. They're in search of trying to find things because they're not being coached. You can see that going on. So we automatically go right into ISO because that's all that really Doc wants to do. Go out there and run ISO. Giannis, go out there and go ISO. Bobby, back him down and go ISO. Rollins, go ISO.
Thank you, Mr. Cool. It's not like I'm picking on Doc. I'm like, you're not doing your job, and it's hurting the team. The only reason we look good today, like I said, is KPJ. He's an on-floor general. That's the only reason. But
he brings that toughness and that fight, and them players feed off of that, man.
I agree.
They're feeding off of that toughness he brings. He's like the guy. He's like the guy that's going to say, "Y'all get behind me, follow me. I'm gonna lead this fight." And they're getting right behind him and battling because he's battling. No one's done that until he got on that floor. Even all due respect to Giannis, he don't bring that type of emotional energy that Porter Jr. brings to that team. That makes these other guys say, "Hey, we're gonna compete too." And that's what's lacking. And obviously, Doc brings nothing, just nothing. It's just sad to see us pay all these coaches for nothing. They all need to be fired one by one, all of them. Bunch of zeros. And these guys got to go out here and win on their own.
Get him, Mr. Cole. Get him.
And I'm not going to let up until they fire these guys.
Yeah, I
don't care about having his contract's good till next year. Pay him his money and get him up out of here. Because we got some young players we can build around that backcourt.
Yes.
And Kuzma plays great with those guys. So, we've got some young pieces. You know what? Whatever happens, I'm not going to even get to the Giannis thing. Whatever happens.
And much as we give Kuzma a hard time, the stats show defensively this team is better with Kuzma on the floor as long as Bobby is not on the floor at the same time.
My thing was with Kuzma, especially last year, was his three-point shooting wasn't very good. And that concerned me because when that ball kicked him, he can't make shots. Right. Well, he makes shots now. That was my 50%. Biggest problem with him. Dude needs to be playing more. Heavy minutes. Absolute heavy minutes because he brings that energy on both ends of the floor. And his play has been absolutely great for us.
I agree with you. I agree.
But I know why it wasn't great last year because, again, he got traded mid-season and he got no coaching staff. And the coaches don't help you. They just throw you out there. Just go find your way, man. Just go find your way.
Figure it out. You're a pro now. Right. I can't hold your hand anymore. Figure it out. The Doc method.
I'm sorry, James. I got carried away.
Go ahead, you, James.
I'm gonna bail in a second, guys. I just want to add this last thing, and we touched on it earlier. The coaching staff notwithstanding, the players themselves won this with heart. They didn't.
Yes.
They didn't.
Yes.
They didn't get motivated by the coaches and then come out and play with heart. The guys manufactured that on their own without the in fact, in spite of the coaching staff.
Right.
He's talking.
Here.
Listen, you know how hard it is to do that in spite of leadership. In spite of
leadership.
Yeah. In spite of the coaching staff, you decided to do it on your own because you're not getting from it's not a conscious thing. You're not thinking, man, they're not going to do it. Let's just do it. They did that completely on their own. And again, it was KPJ because we've noticed this the last several games. The very second KPJ exits the game, the whole thing falls apart.
Yeah.
We are lost. We're 5 random arbitrary guys running around that never met each other before. That's what we look like. KPJ comes back in, direct. He's like a movie director. He knows where every person should be. He knows what they're good at, right?
True.
And they know.
He knows.
Those individual players. Look, AJ Green knows what to do. He knows he's trying to get open. But if nobody's paying attention at some point,
That's a good point, James. That's a great point.
With a dude that knows what to do, and knows how to utilize those players go back to their default settings of doing what they're good at.
Right. That's right.
Look at Sims catching lobs, being effective in the paint. And we can't say that's coaching because the coaches that had him, he been playing minutes all year doing nothing. He get one strong game with a healthy KPJ. He looks like a player that we should be giving 20 minutes a game to all of a sudden. Thank you, Patricia. That's the word we looking for. Man, shout out to the queens of the chat. Man, what? KPJ is the glue. That's what we... Thank you for the summary, Patricia. Thank you, ma'am. Queens in the chat always spitting the straight facts. Exactly. He's the glue. He's the glue. And he should be respected as such.
It kind of reminds me how Magic Johnson, when he played, how he just made everybody around him better.
Right.
Everybody that played with Magic was just, they became to another level because of him on the floor. The leadership that he brought as a point guard. I know he was big and had a lot of size, but he still just brought that leadership. And Porter Jr. does the exact same thing, man. People feed off of what he's doing out there. It's just magical what's going on with him on that floor.
It is.
But
now we see why he was such a high draft pick, and all you can see it now visibly. He has elite skill sets. I'll just say that. He just needs to, kind of harness all of that skill set and use it effectively, but he has all the tools. He can score on all three levels. He can shoot the three effectively. He's already known for the mid-range. He got some bounce to him, so he can finish at the rim. We haven't had a guard like this in quite some time that can do all three things. Maybe since Drew, but Drew didn't have his athleticism. Respectfully, Kevin Porter Jr.'s athleticism. He wasn't going to take off on nobody like Kevin Porter Jr. does. But Kevin Porter doesn't have his defense. But besides that, this is probably one of the most athletic, complete guards we've had in quite some time.
Well, and then one last thing, and then I got a stage right. As much as we all love 34, I'm with you, bro. In fact, I'm almost hopeful. I don't want him to be injured, but I'm kind of hoping he can stay away for 2-3 weeks. And the reason I say that is because we've been talking for so long about this identity crisis that we're in. We don't know who we are. I felt like we kind of have, like, we gained maybe not all four wheels, but I felt like a couple tires had some traction tonight. I felt like we had a little bit
that analogy. That was hard.
We had some direction. I felt like, okay, a little bit of identity. I'd like to continue playing with the group that we're playing now, with KPJ as the general, so that we can start as a team developing who we are, and then figure out how to insert Giannis back into that identity versus Giannis just running past everybody with the ball, and whatever ends up happening. And if the game isn't within reach, Giannis becomes this whole different headstrong player where he's just going to do it no matter what. And what ends up happening? He's traveling. He's throwing the ball out of bounds. KPJ is so invaluable right now to not just what we need as a team to win, but as an identity. I have this I'm a completely different hopeful cat right now than I was yesterday. Right? Because that's what one person, not just a good player, the IQ, we've been talking about it since the beginning of the season. IQ. And having a dude that knows everybody's role, what they're good at, where they're going to be, and them feeling comfortable with him, bro, that's the heart that's why we won this game tonight. That's why Sims got 15. That's why everybody was, bro, even Kuzma didn't have a great game. He didn't play much, but there were moments when he was impactful. Bro, that slam coming from the baseline, I mean, he was out there hustling. It wasn't like he was absent. Sometimes a guy don't put up 20 points, 15 points, doesn't mean he wasn't a factor. He was a factor for a little bit of minutes that he played.
My boy James.
You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to head out, but
you came in here. Look at Jay. Go ahead, James.
All right, fellas.
All right, James, get up out of here in a minute, too. All right, James, hold on 1 second. Mr. Cool, get your last words before we get up out of here. Hold on 1 second, Mr. Cool. Oh, my man, James. I'll see you at the gym tomorrow, James. Go ahead, Mr. Cool. It's on you, sir.
Well, and we pretty much covered everything, but I will say this about Giannis. The one last thing, though, the problem when he comes back, whenever he comes back, as always, is readjusting. Because as many players will say, he's a hard player to play with. They're not knocking his ability, but he's not that easy to play with. You have to adjust the whole way you play, and our team has to readjust how they play. It's like two different teams. What we saw tonight while he was there, when he left, it's two different teams. Again, I'm not blaming him or saying it's his fault. It's just it's a different style of play when we now have our backcourt running thing, our two guards running thing.
Is it time for Giannis to start to adapt?
Well, that's going to be an ego issue too, because I mean he's so used to being the man, but he's got to learn now. You got to really share. If he shares and let these guys kind of run things like they did tonight, he just try to fit in with just like Sims did. He's still going to get his points, obviously,
right?
And it's going to be easier for him. I mean, so I just like the ball in Porter's hand more so than Giannis's hand. I can tell you that, because he finds people once he breaks them down off that dribble. So
and one thing I wanted to ask you, Mr. Cool, that we didn't get into on this live, and it's really bothering me, right? Why isn't Gary Harris getting minutes? He's actually been playing well. His numbers are good. Why is he being punished and then Gary Trent is being rewarded for horrible play? I need to have someone make me understand why that's happening to Gary Harris. He was getting minutes, being productive, playing good defense. He's been outplaying Gary Trent, yet he's getting no minutes. Why? I really want to understand that.
I think somebody mentioned, it might have been James earlier, that some of this is probably left over from last season because we saw how hot he got in the playoffs. And I think that just kind of resonates in the mind of Doc, which is a very small mind when it comes to basketball. So he just kind of thinks, okay, he'll eventually get it. He'll eventually get it. But I agree with you. If Gary Harris is playing better, why would you not utilize him more? Because he's a versatile player.
That's what I'm saying. Wing defender, he shoot the three. And the thing,
right.
what is your favorite thing to say, Mr. Cool? He's a professional.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I don't see why he's been punished. That's all I'm trying to understand is why he's being punished.
And don't forget, though, Doc went out of his way to talk to Gary Trent's dad to get him to sign with the Bucks. So there's a lot of other things that come into play there. They play together, they're friends, and there's some politics involved in that too. So
that's always politics with Doc, sir.
Yeah. Well, I got to go too.
All right, Mr. Cool. I appreciate you, sir.
You.
All right, go.
Thank you, sir.
So, shout out to the living legend, Mr. Cool. I mean, this win is kind of crazy, y'all. This win is definitely kind of crazy. I'm happy we won. I'm glad of the emergence of KPJ and Ryan Ross. I think that's our future backcourt. That's one positive thing. And also incorporating AJ Green. AJ Green's three-point shooting is just wild. We really need to continue to take advantage of that. Look, he had probably one of his best games of the season, maybe second best game of the season with KPJ feeding him. I think a lot of individuals' numbers are about to go up as far as points and efficiency, as long as KPJ can stay on that court along with Rollins. They really make us solid as far as perimeter defense, and it can even hide Bobby to an extent. And Bobby is awful. And I will not let Bobby slide at all. I want Bobby off of this team. His numbers are horrible. I want Gary Trent Jr. to get a couple of DNPs. I don't care about no politics or none of that. He's given us nothing all year. When Gary Harris has gotten minutes, I feel like he's been effective. So I would prefer to see Gary Harris starting to take a little bit or take a chunk out of Gary Trent's minutes, unless he's cooking. If Gary Trent Jr. starts cooking, and leave him in the game. But if he's not, he has to have a short leash. He's hurting this team. The numbers show he's hurting this team. Bobby Portis and Gary Trent Jr. are actually negatives. They hurt this team. Our defense is worse and our offense is worse with both of them on the court. That's just what it is. That's why we need a short leash on both of these players, just due to their complete inefficiency, period. So y'all gonna let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me see up in here before we get up out of here. What up, Mac Jerry? Pass, appreciate you tapping in. Jeff, what's good? Derek Stevenson, Pickle Luke. No strays, we won. Now what, sir? All right, y'all. Let me get up out of here before it get too late. What up, Eliza? Y'all's active in the chat today. Get the likes up, y'all. We should be at least 60 likes. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Salute to Scales. I seen you in the chat too. R. Gates, what's good? Patricia P. always dropping gems. I seen Boy Mommy up in here. Mia Kim. Seen all y'all. So make sure Trina Sadowski, when we get the little shout outs at the end here. J. Cole, what's good? J. Hall, salute. We was deep in the chat today. Get the likes up. Let's go, y'all. All right. So, hey, this is the best Bucks community on YouTube, period. Best community. We move the needle. If you a Bucks fan, this is exactly where you need to be. Share it with your friends and family. I'm Amara. This is Amara's Logic, Milwaukee Bucks Trades, Rumors, and News live edition, where the Milwaukee Bucks have defeated the Detroit Pistons at Fiserv Forum, the home that Giannis built, with KPJ orchestrating an outstanding game tonight, feeding everyone and upsetting Detroit at our home, 113-109. Let me know what y'all think, and we'll be going live after the next game as well on Friday against the Sixers. We're going to get to it. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the electrifying content. Let me make sure I ain't miss no interesting comments. Oh, if y'all, for people new, the chat is cracking too. All outstanding content from the panel and the chat. That's why I'm telling you this best community. All adults here, no foolishness. Like I said, we move the needle, y'all. I'm a pop our collar because it's the truth. We move the needle in this Bucks community. Real talk. Comment, like, subscribe, share the most electrifying content on YouTube. Gone.